Hi, my name is Edward Folkerth. I'm a theater major here at Sinclair, and I'm playing Harold Pudding and his Wonderland alternative, the Mad Hatter, and a few other side characters as well. So the roles I'm playing right now are Harold Pudding and his kind of Wonderland form, the Mad Hatter. It's interesting roles because it kind of puts me out of my comfort zone. I try not to be too aggressive with people, and with that role it's kind of, you have to be full-on aggressive. With the song Sick to Death, it's entirely attacking Alice, which is a new step for me. And then I play the Knave of Spades and the Mock Turtle, two very fun roles because I get to be part of Isn't It a Trial and Your Shell of Grief. That's a fun one. When I first was auditioning for this show, I was aiming for the King of Hearts, but as I was working with the Mad Hatter, reading lines and just thinking about the character, I found this allowed me to kind of express a little more. As the King doesn't really allow me to do some of the wild stuff that the Mad Hatter does, which I enjoy. When you're expecting to get one role and you get another, there's an initial feel of hesitation because you didn't get the thing that you really wanted, but then you kind of realize that you can do what you want with this other role. If you wanted this role, you're not stuck as that. You can kind of use some aspects of it, but transfer it to this character. Unless it's complete black and white. For me at least, the most challenging part of rehearsals has been conditioning work, as it's a lot of just doing the same thing every day, but getting stronger and stronger. However, that ties into the most rewarding, as the payoff is you get to do some of the choreography for this show, which is unique. When I was really young, I hated music and shows because I was always listening and watching what my parents and my sister were watching on the television or listening to on the radio, and it was not my style. For the longest time, I hated music, never listened to it, didn't bother with it, because I thought it wasn't important. But later in my life, I found that as I begin to explore in my own things, that one of my passions is music, as I was really big into jazz, specifically jazz from the 1950s. And that got me into listening to music that I previously thought I hated. And it allowed me to kind of think about, maybe music isn't so bad. So my dream became to be a jazz singer. There was one night where I was just really struggling with trying to find how I wanted to do this, when I was looking at my playlist of music, and one of the songs that was on there was, I think it was Light a Rose from The Music Man. And I was listening to this and I was thinking, I want to do that. So I would listen to a little more of the soundtrack and start to think, this is actually kind of good. And I began to have a love for old theater. I was listening to all the music and thinking, this is great. So I began to think about it more, and I thought that pursuing acting and musical theater would allow me to reach my goal of being a jazz singer, as it was kind of a stepping stone. I could learn music through theater and also how to portray emotions and feelings in a song. And it eventually led me to thinking, I want to become an actor. About the time that high school was coming to an end, I was thinking, I think I want to do this. So I was looking around at colleges in the area, and Sinclair was recommended to me by my family because it's a good start. If I find that I really don't like this, despite the dedication, it's not going to put me in serious debt, but it also allowed me to try, which is a good beginning. And so far, as I've been through the theater program here, it's allowed me to do a lot more than I thought. People should see the show because, one, the cast has been working very hard. I mean, it's almost every night that we're working on singing or choreo or getting into lines. But it's things like that, the work that we put in, but also the story that's being told.
We're going to do a rapid fire round. I'm going to ask you as many questions as I can in 30 seconds, but I have to get my watch turned on, so I gotta... Camera work's gonna be a little messy. All right, coffee or tea?
Hot chocolate.
Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Morning or night?
Night.
Books or movies?
Movies.
Sweet or savory?
Savory.
City or countryside?
City.
Summer or winter?
Winter.
Spring or fall?
Fall.
Texting or calling?
Calling.
Pizza or burgers?
Pizza.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
Comedy or drama?
Comedy.
Adventure or relaxation?
Adventure.
And that's 30 seconds.
That's all?
That's all of them.